Trump lures liar Comey into trap. Fired FBI boss takes bait and screws himself big time, by Rebecca DeCirio, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. Former FBI Director James Comey is at the center of the biggest political scandal ever, and he just made a shocking mistake. President Donald Trump is gunning for the traitors who spied on him, and clearly the former FBI boss is one of them. Comey has been keeping quiet as mounting evidence comes out, that is, until today. Comey just took Trump's bait and screwed himself in a big way for all the world to see. Most Americans have heard of the wiretapping that went on at Trump Tower, and the one man behind it all is James Comey. The fired FBI director was part of the cabal that launched an illegal spy operation into then candidate Donald Trump. Comey, as the big boss at the FBI at the time, oversaw certain Trump-hating deep state agents who set out to deny the American people our sacred right of choosing our president. To understand how Comey screwed himself today, you have to understand his crimes. To legally spy on an American citizen, law enforcement must have a warrant. Well, mounting evidence is showing that Comey and his deep state rats started spying on Trump without warrants in July of 2016. There's a trail, of course, when the FBI spies on citizens, and Comey and his huge ego thought they could get what's called a FISA, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant on Trump. All they would need is a foreign agent to enter Trump Tower. That happened by chance when the Russian lawyer named Natalia Veselnitskaya asked to meet with Donald Trump Jr. in June 2016. As the conservative treehouse outlines, when Natalia Veselnitskaya, who got a temporary visa to enter the United States by the Obama administration, went to Trump Tower. They opened up things for Comey to do a legal FISA query on her as a foreign agent. It shows her IP address as being at Trump Tower, so Comey thought the FBI could then spy on Trump Tower starting July 2016 and get the FISA warrant later. Except the FISA court was not impressed with Comey's application for the warrant. They saw right through Comey's excuse to his real goal, namely, he wanted to spy on a candidate for the presidency. So Comey needed more evidence to get the FISA warrant, and at that point the deep state rats panicked because they were already spying on Trump without the needed warrant. Oh, that's interesting. They were already doing that. So what does Comey do? He learns about the Russian dossier, also called the Steele dossier. He uses that to bolster his FISA application to obtain the warrant, and it works. Or did it? That's the big question, a rather huge question. So far, there hasn't been no evidence except rumors that there was an actual FISA warrant. Regardless, Comey's Achilles heel is FISA warrants, as former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino said on his radio show. Trump was trolling Comey and his deep state rats on Twitter today about FISA warrants, and Comey took the bait. The president tweeted, "House votes on controversial FISA Act today. This is the act that may have been used with the help of the discredited and phony dossier." Oh, I thought he was going to diss Comey. To so badly surveil and abuse the Trump campaign by the previous administration and others. Wow. Comey has this huge ego, and he thinks he has got everyone fooled. He plays it as if he is some victim and Trump's the bad guy. He knows he should keep his mouth shut, but after Trump tweeted about FISA, he couldn't help himself. Comey responded to Trump tweeting, "Thoughtful leaders on both sides of the aisle know FISA Section 702 is a vital and carefully overseen tool to protect this country. This isn't about politics. Congress must reauthorize it." You can see the total hypocrisy of James Comey's tweet, and the backlash the fired FBI boss got proves he really screwed himself. Twitter user Natizen Kane tweeted, "Very rich coming from one of the most corrupt FBI directors this country has ever seen. James Comey claims FISA is a carefully overseen tool after his FBI used phony Hillary-funded dossier to spy on Trump." Wow. Wow. Social media is blowing up Comey's Twitter account after President Donald Trump outsmarted Comey again. American traitor James Comey was cheerleading FISA Section 702 to allow continued domestic spying. Remember hashtag resistance? Thinks that the government should have unlimited power, which they totally have, never and will never abuse. Hashtag FISA, hashtag FISA 702, hashtag arrest Comey. God bless him. American Patriot 2 weighed in on Comey's tweet, writing, "Coming from the guy who paid for and used a phony dossier to obtain a search warrant on Trump's camp, while Twitter used Richard Fritch responded to Comey's posting. James Comey is tweeting the FISA 702 needs to be reauthorized. Is that so he can abuse it again and have our government try to rig elections?" Wow. My fellow Americans, here's the kicker on Comey. The former FBI director is writing a book titled A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership. There's no doubt Comey is a piece of work. He's perjured himself under oath and leaked confidential FBI information to the New York Times, all in an effort to cover up his crimes. I have a feeling American justice is coming for James B. Comey. So move over, Benedict Arnold. The disgraced FBI director will go down as one of the biggest traitors of all time. Absolutely. Wow. Wow. And you know, there must have been a ton more tweets. Unbelievable. But do you think that they actually spied on him without the FISA warrant? It says here that they spied on him prior, but they needed it to show. But again, what's taking so long to get the documentation? Like, excuse me? Was there a FISA warrant issued, or just they spied on him willy-nilly? I mean, it's interesting to know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.